And welcome back. Being a New Yorker means playing an active role in shaping your local communities. And one way to do it is to get involved with your local community board. Community boards assess the needs of their own neighborhoods, meet with city agencies, and make recommendations to the city's budget process to address them. Here now, sharing more details, is Community Board 12 Chair Beatriz Coronel. And then we've got the second Vice Chairman, John Isaac, the Chairman of the Public Safety Committee, Alfredo Figueroa, and Treasurer of Community Board 12, Tollyne Dickerson. And we welcome you all. Got the whole family of Community Board 12 here on Open. Got you here this morning. Thank you so much. And I want to start first with you, Beatriz, as we talk. You know, there is that saying that goes around that all politics is local. And when we talk about what goes on politically in our community, having a local involvement really is the way to make things happen.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having us, Daren. Good day to you, good day to everybody watching. And what you're saying is super important. A lot of times we focus on the bigger processes, and the local is one of the most important, which is why all of us are here today. We recognize and understand that the local level, addressing community needs, assessing the needs, and then bringing it to our local elected officials is where it's at. And so we are really like volunteers, in essence, doing the work for the people, by the people. And so we're super excited to be here to share more about what it is that a community board does and the benefits of having a community board and being involved in your local community board.
Yeah, let me bring John in. He's got a lot of boots on the ground, and he's been doing this for a minute. But to have the opportunity to be the Vice Chairman of the Community Board and then also Chairman of the Transportation and Capital Projects Committee. Talk to me about that, because as you have a board, of course you have various committees, but drill down a little bit to me and to our viewers, what exactly does your responsibilities entail?
My duties include everything about moving the citizens of Community Board 12 through the neighborhood. Our duties are, we're actually the grassroots of the government, where we're the connection between the politicians and the elected officials. And any problems that you have with transportations, the roads, the MTA, the buses, the trains, we solve those problems.
Alfredo, I want to bring you in too now. I mean, talking with you, we've known each other for a minute, but I know that, listen, you are still on the battlefield yourself. So give us a little bit about public safety, because many times when we hear when there are situations that go awry, we hear whether it's NYPD or fire department, we're working with community leaders. But I know that this is a portion of what you deal with. Talk a little bit about that.
Thank you, Daren. Thanks, BronxNet, also for always being a part of our local our news coverage. So Alfredo Figueroa, the chair of the Public Safety Committee. I've been on this particular board for over 12 years. I love what I do. Public safety deals with public safety. We have an involvement with the police department, which is the 4-7 precinct. We work very well with our community affairs officers there. We have a great CO. And we have a very good relationship between the precinct and the community. Actually, maybe one of the best relationship, I think, in the whole city. But we also deal with the fire department, Office of Emergency Management, and anything that has to do with emergencies. That's what our committee, consists of.
Yeah. And Tollyne, let me bring you in to get a chance to talk to you about youth and educational services. Youth, very important in the community, and the fact of having educational services. We talk about sometimes overcrowded classrooms, teacher, parent issues, things that maybe, signage outside, traffic. These are all things that I know that you tackle. But talk to us a little bit more about the work.
Good morning, family. It's a pleasure being here with you. I figured the best way for me to discuss this is, first of all, I changed the name of the committee some time ago to the Education and Youth Services Committee, because at this time, it's what is, more prevalent for us was dealing with our youth. So I figured it would be easier for me if I just read to you my mission statement I wrote, which tells you exactly what's going on. Mm-hmm. So we collaborate with public and private schools, colleges, and universities, teachers, parents, and guardians, along with all community stakeholders, to ensure a positive educational outcomes for our community. The goal is to improve educational services provided to the community in our district and collaborate with other communities in the boroughs. This community will serve as a liaison between community members, mental health providers, and New York City Department of Education, including but not limited to libraries, parent advocates, parent associations, CEC District 11, educators and principals, and school safety, Administration for Children's Services, District Attorney's Office, New York City Department of Youth and Community Development, and local organizations and nonprofits. I myself I'm a retired teacher, retired educator, administrator from the Department of Education. So I've been, as you say, boots on the ground, Daren, for some period of time. And I worked for the Police Athletic League for over 43 years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And right now, our children need us more than ever.
So, Beatrice, how do you get more people involved? If there's somebody out there watching right now saying, listen, you know what? I want to be a part of this because there is a way I can be connected. There is a way that I can have my voice heard or possibly even make an impact, and that is in my local community board. So what do people do who are out there saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to join my community board?
Honestly, this is how to do it, right? Putting it out there, spreading the word, and building awareness, and having platforms like what you're giving us right now is what yields that outcome where people become more invested and interested and curious as to what's happening within their communities. And I want to point out that about a year ago, we actually did an assessment of our own within the community to kind of get a feel for what is it that the residents of this community are interested in, what they feel is lacking. And so there were a lot of things that came up, definitely public safety, housing, under-resourced neighborhoods. Mental health was also at the top because of the pandemic. We saw that the needs grew within this community. This actual district was one of the hardest hit at the prime of the pandemic. And so healthcare is also super important. And so having platforms like this is really what affords us the ability to connect with the masses within this district and invite them to join and take part and be have their voices heard.
Yeah. Alfredo, before we go, I want to get a chance to hear from you. Your work with the community board, been long-standing, but talk to us about what you feel Community Board 12's impact has been on the borough of the Bronx and New York City.
Well, like I said, Community Board 12 is a tight-knit community, hardworking homeowners up here. It's good to join the community board. There's a lot of aspects in joining it. We have land use committee, housing committees. You could find out what's going on in your community. Our impact is that, we're here for the community and they come to us for guidance, help, and we always have an answer or somewhere to send them to whenever they need our assistance.
So I want to let our viewers know that, listen, you can get connected to Community Board 12, and I got to tell you guys, thank you, and ladies, I'm sorry, thank you so much for joining us and being with us. The great work that you're doing at Community Board 12, I think it's important that we have an opportunity to understand what goes on, not just talk about the issues, but how you guys actually do what you do, and I'm glad that we were able to do that here this morning. So thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
All right, and just want to share. Yeah, thank you. Want to share some community board notes with you now. If you are interested in becoming a part of the community board, listen, there are applications that have opened in 4 of the 5 boroughs in the year 2023. The links and the deadlines, well, let's talk about Brooklyn. Brooklyn's deadline is February 14th. Queens is February 16th. Manhattan, March 17th. Staten Island, applications accepted year-round. And then the Bronx. Applications are to open soon. 59 boards across New York City. And guess what? You just met one, Community Board number 12. Now, if you want more information, visit their website, nyc.gov/BronxCB12. And then follow them on Facebook at CB12 The Bronx. We encourage you to don't go anywhere. We got more open coming up right after this.